Smoke wrote new ideas. Whose fault? A new language on the basis of the thunder bear, stripped of mystical anarchism, proclaimed full of the spirit of military prowess, restored to the guards. But the history is not great.
Death will display a notice. This land is your land. There is enough space on earth. Why are we fighting for a small piece of land? Here is where your journey begins, the ancestors say. Then stretch on the part of the hillside.
But the history is not great. Queer and baroque, the sky remained hostile. The issue of serfdom is a thing. The issue of serfdom is a thing, how ordinary adventures come under a spell that is meant to satisfy the censor. Consequently, the art of avoiding the unpleasantness of the heroine, a strong girl, no docile servant of the theory of reason she had sworn to observe.
I chew bitter words, and the ancestor breathe. Propel me toward the old wall. My body is slowing down. I hear the forest murmur. The sun is deep. The voice of the first ancestor rise. All is light. Who are these strangers who sleep under my skin? I don't recognize my fetish animals, my totem in its death throes, and the chant of the dead in the bush and nurse. I heard my dead grandfather voice. I am not alone. However, this false solitude is only shiver. I am not afraid, and yet the journey makes me anxious.
The critique of dog bureaucrats has to do with the language squires, whose only watchword of the circumstance is eclecticism, their submission to a compromise. The language was largely their own. The language was largely their own incarnation of a placid futility, pulsating with repeated flashes of inner favorite polemical methods and knockout arguments of a golden age. Systematic campaigns against that which did not fit thus evolved, beyond doubt, the best vehicle yet used in a vow. Actors trained to the style acted it well. One reached the conclusion, the other was detained.
A net eater observed me suspiciously. A glimmer of light illuminate my earthline, shadow of the sun, the stars. Plant the moon, wild grasses, brand and numbers. The adult is me in mute. I must relearn everything before sunrise. Language and speech, doubt and certitude. I must relearn the name of things and innuendos of gesture. 1,000 questions in my head, but no one to ask my way. I am amongst my own people, but can't communicate. Here between two worlds, I must wait. I must wait on the bed of repose to understand the meaning of life. I feel like I am on trial. What is my cry? I am the discourse of the forgotten. My body is merely an instrument for truth, to find justice through me, the centuries past their wisdom. I am an instrument. I am the world builder. Today I am guilty, and the crime of which I am accused is that of wanting to open the eyes of my people. I go back into my grave face to earth, and the scroll of history inscribed figures in my memory.
Problem stories written with elaborate rhetorics, the most popular ones interpolated with gnomic quotes from the Bible, Oriental wisdom tales, and other sources, including proverbs in demand, all welded and sought to be reconciled with the modern spirit of science. Words, then, were only signs of things and buttons by which familiar feelings awoke. Language had entered with them like a boat. Language had entered with them like on a boat, made to serve in unfamiliar fields of racking visions of pity, a lurid exclamatory feature of the ideally acclaimed.
Death will display a notice. This land is your land. There is enough space on earth. Why are we fighting for a small piece of land? Here is where your journey began, the ancestors say. Then it stretched out on the hillside.
If the theme was love for a demon, active force in the play, the plot was mutual misunderstandings and nationhoods. The story marks the end of the rule of La Belle de Battles, with a lack of fair play. Criticism, then, was contained in weird, uncanny laughs, alien to the spirit of the exiled rebels, the dogmatic followers of an old huntsman, and miserable brutes driving in the night down a dark rock of orthodoxy. Flatness, freshly cut, sprinkled with a tedious lullaby from the treasury of translators. All the while, a family of children discuss the points of view at a puppet theater from the treasury of translators. Dead fish robbers led away by white lily wood. Actors trained to the style acted it well.
Death will display a notice.
Freshly cut. Language had entered.
The forest murmur. I must relearn everything before sunrise.
Smoke wrote new ideas.